Hello Foxes and good morning. Today's another lovely day to delve into Osrs lore, specifically Varlamore, the riveting tale of a lily pad labor's dispute. After heading to the local oasis in the avium savannah, you'll speak to Marcellus, a farmer who appears to be crazy. He believes that the frogs on the other side are trying to enslave all of humanity and that you're in cahoots with them. After talking to the blue frogs, they'll tell you that they are on strike because Marcellus is mistreating them. This is where it gets interesting. You must mediate between the two parties. Gary and Sue, blue frogs of the Locust Oasis, decide to hold an election, but they want you to sabotage Cuthbert's lily pad, preventing him from winning the frog hopping competition. They feel if he was to be elected, he would declare all-out war with the humans. They inform you not to get caught by Jane or Dave as they are stickler for the rules. You then try to convince Dave and Jane to let you inspect the lily pads, to no avail. They refuse, stating it's their job to protect them. They will, however, hint that they would like the nearby oranges as a nice treat as they are hungry. Chopping down the orange tree serves as a decent distraction so you can sabotage the lily pad. Returning to Gary and Sue starts the competition. Sue and Cuthbert compete. Sue hops successfully and Cuthbert sinks to the bottom and dies as he never learned how to swim. With Sue as the leader, she is ready to negotiate with you. She states they want payment in oranges in exchange for eating flies for Marcellus. Taking the offer back to Marcellus, you'll tell him the flies are plotting to kill him, but he wants proof, assuming the flies to have done nothing wrong. Sue and Gary will suggest you steal from Marcellus and pin it on the flies. Finding a love letter to someone named Nalia, you use the name to open a chest in Marcellus's house where you'll find a plushie. Placing it next to the capybara dung, you will have successfully planted the evidence. It is now that you realize Cuthbert, self-proclaimed Lord of Dread, survived and wants revenge. After your epic battle with the Lord of Dread, return to Marcellus. He will now accept the frog's terms. What a weird and oddly enjoyable quest. Let's move on to another quest and start tying back into the main lore of Varlamore with the Heart of Darkness. Speaking to Prince Itzla at the Teomat will prompt him to suggest that you both go undercover to infiltrate the Twilight Emissaries, which is a religious cult hell-bent on the end of the world. While talking, Queen Ziani Arkin shows up disappointed in the prince's efforts in safeguarding his father. When told of the prince's idea to go undercover, she is displeased and insists that he uses someone he trusts completely in his stead. After the queen leaves, Prince Itzla gives in to her wishes and tells you to go meet a contact in a pub located in the Quetzalcoatl Gorge, who will give you further steps on the infiltration operation. Once in the Quetzalcoatl Gorge, you visit the Windbreaker pub and ask the bartender if you could rent the basement. Turns out, it doesn't have a basement, but he will let you rent the main floor. Resting on the bed, you awake to find your contact is a disguised Prince Itzla. He explains that the circle of people he trusts has grown considerably small after recent events, and considers you to be far more trustworthy as you are an outsider and uninvolved, mostly, in Varlamorian politics. The prince explains the plan. He wants you to pose as a potential recruit to a shopkeeper here, who he thinks is recruiting members for the cult and hopes he will contact the emissaries. Talking to the Quetzalcoatl Gorge General Store shopkeeper, you tell him you heard he can offer help to those in need. Skeptical at first, he relents, telling you and your friend to go to the Twilight Temple and he will inform them that they have 2 new recruits. Returning to update the prince at the Windbreaker pub, you head out for the temple. You'll soon find yourself at the Tower of Ascension, meeting with Prince Itzla, who informs you Forebearer Janus will call on you both when it's time to be tested. Of course, the prince wishes to talk to the nearby recruits to find out why they want to join before Janus calls on them. Talking to them reveals that the Augur, who is the new leader of the emissaries, not only reorganize them, but will also lead them to Makalhatl, or center of the world. That's where Imoa will occur, which refers to a continuous cycle of destruction and rebirth. At this time, Janus calls upon you both to begin your trials. The first 2 trials were puzzles, and you pass them easily. The last is a battle between you and Prince Itzla. As hard as it is, you manage to defeat him and you both end up passing your trials. The Augur will address you both personally now, and you're given a pair of emissary robes and led to the Twilight Temple for your initiation. It's revealed that the Augur is indeed Metzli, and that they believe the Tullus twins to be the reincarnated Ralos and Renewal. After the initiation, they immediately put you to work on opening a passage to the ruins of Tapioic, a fortress of the Old Ones. Metzli believes they've left behind secrets pertaining to the Final Dawn. As you mine, trying to clear the passage, you make some headway. This prompts the ground to rumble and 2 Frost Naga to show up. One kills forebearer Vulcan and another knocks Prince Itzla over a pit. You need to reach the prince, and to do so, you successfully avoid traps and solve puzzles on your way down to him. At the bottom, you find Prince Itzla, but also encounter a Moxolotl, a powerful frost naga who's guarding this fortress. She tells you the Moxolotl, or Teladi archive, is off limits to humans, calling them unworthy. Prince Itzla is suddenly teleported away. Turns out, Metzli, Enuus, and Furia Tullus followed you down. Attempting to deal with you, a Moxolotl claims they have defiled Kapayoic and shall face consequences. As they teleport away though, you are forced to fight a Moxolotl instead. A hard battle ensues, but you're victorious. After Moxolotl's defeat, you're forcefully banished from Kapayoic. Find Servius, who is currently staying at the Sunrise Palace, to inform him of the events that transpired. He wants to avoid the Queen's anger, so he asks you to leave quickly, but assures you that you will be involved in the next steps. And thusly, this is the end of LoreScape Season 3, Part 1. Part 2 will be coming after the Varlamore The Final Dawn release in July, which should have a lot more lore content, including the last quest in the Twilight Emissary series, a new Delve boss, a Slayer dungeon, the Teladi Rainforest. So a whole bunch of new stuff is coming that should be really lore heavy, and I can't wait for it. So all that will be coming packed after the release in July. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Like my videos, show some support by stopping by my live stream. Remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date on all things Foxx Osrs. Don't forget to check out my custom merch too.